Uh, Sobat Go Basket, kembali lagi di channel YouTube 5x11. Kali ini agak apa ya? Kita merasa terhormat karena bukan kedatangan sebenarnya, tapi kita yang datengin gitu ya. Kita mendatangi salah satu owner dari tim NBL Australia, Perth Wildcats, Mr. Owner Mark Arena. Welcome to Indonesia, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, how was the flight from Australia to Indonesia?
It was good. I wish that there's a direct flight. I wish it was from Perth to Jakarta in a decent time. I think it's in the middle of the night.
Yep.
So I wish we could get a direct flight Perth to Jakarta. Other than that, it was great.
Is it worth it, the long flight?
Oh, definitely. I don't like the cold weather, and it's starting to get cold in Perth, and it's probably a bit too hot here, though, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Still hot is good.
We just go straight to the questions. You are the owner of Perth Wildcats, of course. I was curious of how do you build the fan base in Perth, especially for basketball. I think even though Australia is really great at basketball, but you guys also good at football.
Yeah.
Also a popular sports in Australia. So how do you build the fan base in the middle of football fans?
Yeah, so I think first thing is when it comes to participation for sport, certain kids, soccer or football is the number one. And I think number two is basketball, just like here in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So parents are taking their kids away from more full contact sports, mainly because of head injuries. So that's kind of the start. So in 10 or 20 years, it's going to be even better than what it is now. So saying that, what's made the Wildcats very, very successful is the amount in the community that the Wildcats does.
Okay.
Like, it's a key difference between the Wildcats and every other team. Like I remember when I was in primary school, and the Wildcats players came and visited my school.
Oh, okay.
And the players do more promotional hours in the community by far than any other team. So what that creates is, it's not a fast return on investment, but if you do that over a long period of time, it means you have multi-generational fans. So I was a fan as a kid. I went along to games with my parents. We couldn't afford it that much, but at least once a year. I went to do basketball camps with some of the players in holidays. It just keeps up. And then, so those folks who are growing up like that, and then they have visits from the players for their kids, or they want to take their kids along. You see babies in the crowds.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's the key difference why Wildcats has the best fans in Australia.
Does the Wildcats also have basketball academies for the people around Perth?
Yeah, so we do a lot of clinics. So those clinics are those school visits, but also clinics and school holidays.
Okay.
So we have a lot. So that's kind of like, we have camps. We even have wild cubs, which you can start at 3 years old.
Okay.
So I have a 2-year-old who's not quite there yet, but very soon he'll be able to start playing in wild cubs. So that's a program all the way up into high school for sure.
Okay.
And then we have, from a high performance perspective, obviously we have the senior team. We also have an academy team. So I think it's the most developed academy team in Australia. And so that's between 14 and 19 years old. So we partner with all the associations in Western Australia. Every year they put up their best players to like a training camp, and the best 30 to 35 players, young players, are selected. And a lot of them have gone on to play college in the US and other places professionally.
So how important do you think grassroots development for basketball?
Extremely important. And I think you need to give everybody an opportunity where they can compete on talent and talent alone. So we have a very strong partner in Rio Tinto, who's biggest corporate partner of the Wildcats, but also of the academy. And that enables us to, they come in the morning, the breakfast is provided, we put them in a gym, they get very much like a professional environment. They're dealing with our physio, they're dealing with our psychs. So everything that the senior team does, they're dealing with. So that's obviously a very expensive exercise, but yeah, that corporate support enables it to happen.
Okay, and then you came here to Jakarta to see Hangtuah plays against one of the big team in the IBL. But could you tell us a bit the story behind it? How how come you can come here and get along with Hangtuah Jakarta?
Yeah, so we started with looking at building relationships with overseas teams, not even Indonesia. We wanted to look at what would fit in well for the NBL season. So the NBL season in Australia runs from September to March. And so other teams, so Puerto Rico, for example, runs almost completely in our off season. But that's quite far away from Perth. And obviously January to around July is the season here. And so started to look at who were the owners of the current teams. And I come from a technology background. So who do I think would be young owners and involved in tech? And it was the Hangtuah ownership group. So actually reached out on LinkedIn and got a number of conversations going. And, a few of those owners came out to the last regular season game of the Wildcats. I think we had 14,000 people at that game, and really soaking the experience. We spent a lot of time during the day meeting with every element of the Wildcats staff to show what we're doing.
So what do you think about tonight's game, Hangtuah against Satria Muda? Is it the atmosphere? Is it similar to back in Australia?
Yeah, it's very excited, and I like the people are revving up the crowd. We have you do it as a group. We have like one crazy hype man. We call it, who runs around like mad. And exciting the crowd. So that's a pretty unique experience. But sure, it's similar, and it was really good to see the fans and the crowds getting excited and getting into it.
So in the future, in further cooperation with Hangtuah, is there any collaboration that you will make with Hangtuah?
Yeah, so we're working on what formally that'll look like, and I think we'll announce it at some point.
At some point?
Yeah.
Is it in the near future or?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends. I mean, we're in a busy time at the Wildcats, so off season, immediately after the season finishes, a lot of time. So we need to finalize our roster. So we're busy with that. But yeah, certainly, some of these things take time. But yeah, hopefully we will, and confident we'll get some sort of partnership announced.
This is a big question coming from me. Is there any possibility that Indonesia player can play in Perth Wildcats?
I mean, I think there's a possibility, but I don't know enough about Indonesian basketballers to know. I mean, definitely. I think it's a very unique sport in being really, really tall is a key factor.
Yes.
But if you know of anyone we should look at, I'm happy to have a look.
Does Australia have also difficulties in terms of, big players?
Not. I'd say the biggest difficulty we have is the top tall center, Australian centers playing in Japan, because the amount of funds available for their import players is a lot bigger than what we can play in Australia. I think it's less about getting the tall players and more about being able to pay for them, because the tall at the moment there's a lack of centers, big centers, big strong centers across world basketball.
One last question. You watched one match tonight, Hangtuah against Satria Muda, Pertamina Bandung. But do you see any potential for Indonesian Basketball League to go bigger, maybe as big as the NBL?
Well, I think it's inevitable because of the participation rates of basketball. So 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be one of the top sport, and obviously we want to move it along as fast as possible. So yeah, definitely. And I think what will accelerate things is Asian Champions League, just like European football. Asian Champions League, top Indonesian teams play the top teams from other leagues in Europe, and we'll fast find out. And I think that'll fast get us all aligned within Asia. And yeah, I really look forward to top Australian teams playing the top Indonesian teams, playing the top Japanese teams.
Okay. Oh, one more. Why do Perth choose Wildcats as your icon?
As the name? That's a good question. I actually don't know. So the Wildcats started in 1982. And it was called I think it was the West State Wildcats. I can't remember. Something like that. But yeah, I don't actually know the story. I probably should find out.
Do you already know about the Hangtuah icon?
I know about the warrior, the street
warrior,
name.
Fighter,
Yeah.
So, Itu dia interview sedikit-sedikit bareng ownernya Perth Wildcats. 10-time champion of the NBL?
10. Most championships. As
Okay,
well,
most
10.
champions.
And
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
We need the 11th though.
Winner, yeah, you need the 11th.
Yeah,
Or maybe Hangtuah also can grab the championship
definitely.
together with Wildcats.
Yeah.
Okay.
for sure. Do the double.
To the double, oke. Oke, itu dia interview sedikit-sedikit aja sama ownernya Perth Wildcats. Jangan lupa subscribe YouTube-nya Go Basket di 5x11 Network. Follow IG kita, follow juga Perth Wildcats kalau mau lihat mereka main ya. Sama Hangtuah juga, kita support ya. Oke, bye-bye.